good morning to all listeners and viewers around the world for the 2024 Spanish National Finals. Now, I know you probably think I've not woken up properly today, but this was our finals were to be played last year in November, but sadly due to the disaster in Valencia, the Dana, that happened at the end of October, we had to delay the finals, and our thoughts and prayers are with the families who lost lives in the terrible disaster in Valencia due to the flooding. But I'd like to welcome our professional journalist, Tim Ames. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Hugh, and thank you for calling me a professional. From a monetary point of view, if not from a standards point of view, drag myself out. Are we really playing? And when I say Hugh, let me just let the viewers know those dulcet tones that set the scene so beautifully and very lovely words about the Valencia tragedy is Hugh James from the Manga Cricket Club. We are sat here at the Woodbridge Oval in Albier, watching people play cricket at 9 o'clock in the morning in the middle of winter. Hugh, I think that's a fair summation of what's going on.
Absolutely. And that's a great strike from Bazaar of Pak-I-Care, straight over, mid-wicket for 6 runs.
Well, mid-wicket if he was playing left-handed, certainly.
Yeah. Well, there's the first drop of the day.
Well, there we go. That was most ungallant of me to pick you up on that, weren't they? But
no, I need the pro to tell me where I'm going wrong. Dear, oh dear.
So we have in the field, we have Levante bowling at Pak-I-Care. These two teams have qualified for this finals in their own way, and we will come as the conversation drifts and meanders throughout the course of the day to how these teams have arrived here. We have 4 teams here today. We have 4 matches for you every 2 hours, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock Spanish time, Central European time. It is very, very early in the morning. You can probably hear the wind howling across our microphones as well. Poor Hugh is wrapped up in about 7 layers, very fashionably layering, Hugh, but keeping the cold out. I say,
tea would be lovely, thanks.
So, well, Tim is going to get liquid refreshment back into the third. They're into the third over. Good ball, good leg ball outside off stump. Goes as a dot ball. Ishan facing. And we just had the first ball of the over.
So where are we? We have... I can see your lips moving when you're talking at me, Hugh, but I can't hear you through my headphones. Hopefully the viewers dotted around the world can hear you. I will do what I usually do, which is just talk at people and hope they can hear me. And I really don't care sometimes whether people can hear me or not. I'll carry on talking anyway. We are in the third over.
We are in the third over, Tim. Yeah.
All action is from the one end. Saves on camera angle, saves on shuffling around times, means we can rattle through these 4 matches today at the Woodbridge Oval.
That was really pushed out as a wide ball, well outside off stump. Yeah, the conditions are windy but dry.
Yes, and I think that's what we might expect for the rest of the day. Were you down here yesterday? Did you come down yesterday or this morning?
Yesterday. We were preparing the ground.
And we've had some very nice weather. Daytime weather. We've had some very nice sunny daytime weather the last few days.
Yeah.
Although the evenings have been wintry. But we should have a nice day for cricket. One thing about this ground is even if we do get rain, it dries ridiculously quickly. We can play minutes of downpours, famous last words.
Yes, yeah. Do we expect to see any movement on that ball? It's not well, we've got cloud cover, but not really much moisture.
I don't know any. I don't know how these pink balls are.
Oh, that's
they're not
fabulous.
terribly good for swimming. I'm sorry, I trampled all over you there, dear boy. Trampled all over you.
No, fantastic strike by Ishan.
Would you call that mid-wicket, or would you call that extra cover or cover point?
I'd say that is about extra cover.
There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Tim.
I'll let you have that one, mate. There's a bit of an aside from the action today. It will be two middle-aged men bickering at various junctures. Oh, everybody's keen on that, except for the umpire. Completely actually, except for the umpire and the bowler. It's always a giveaway.
Correct, yeah.
When the cordon goes up.
Bowler wasn't very convinced that there was anything hitting the bat there. Or wafting outside off stump, but no connection.
All dropped it in short, and it got what it deserved, did it not, Hugh? A little bit short. And you'll know this track from of old, Hugh, that if you drop anything in short, it just sits up like a tennis ball.
Correct, but it has made it all the way to the Lewis cabin, which is a great spot for refreshments. Any visitors coming down to watch the cricket today?
It very nearly upended our 2 cups of tea that are being brought across by the lovely Kate. You nearly did get killed in the process, my lovely. As long as you've done a thermos flask for us for the rest of the day, we don't really care about that, so that's okay. What have I got? Coffee there, lovely, beautiful. Is that all for us? Lovely, thank you very much indeed. Hugh's wondering why I've got a tea and a coffee, and the answer is because I didn't make myself clear of what I wanted.
Another dot ball, and that's the end of the over.
40 without loss of 3 overs. Pak-I-Care trotting along quite nicely. If you've not watched much of this 10-over cricket, you really are looking to get 10 and over as your base rate. Anything under 100 is tricky to defend, especially on this track. I say it's a fairly good track, apart from that tennis ball bounce. And once you have got your eye in on that bounce, it is a very good track for scoring quick runs on. Over deep square leg or mid-wicket for the right-hand batsman from this end is a pond, if you don't know the ground here, and any ball has been fished out of that in 10-over cricket. Many a ball's been fished out of that in all formats, actually. Yeah. Some big hitters have played on this ground. Tweak in the field, they're taking out the slip, popping him in to mid-wicket on the 1 inside the ring. The man at long on has been beckoned in by the bowler and steadfastly refuses to move, so he's staying on the boundary.
Left arm over the wicket for our new bowler, who sadly hasn't got a number on his shirt, which Bilawal, I think, is our bowler, but forgive me if I have that wrong, Tim.
I forgive you almost anything, dear boy. My memory for names and faces is appalling, so I'm really in the wrong job. Oh, another big heave. Beat the batsman, beat the keeper, beat the outfield. 4 byes.
4 byes.
So, Hugh, looking ahead, what are the other 2 teams that are in this little 4-way thing today? Have we got 4 teams playing today? This is a man who hasn't done his prep, isn't it? Who's dragged himself in first thing in the morning.
We have got 4 teams.
Actually, I've got it in front of me. If only I opened the right page.
Yeah, obviously, the two contenders this morning, Levante and Pak-I-Care, and we have the Costa del Sol Cricket Club, and the fourth and final.
You're filling, aren't you? I can see you. No. Even though the viewers can't see you, they know that you've got upturned hands saying, "What on earth is going on?"
The league winners of Catalonia. Pak-I-Care are here because they won the 2023 final, but they sadly lost the league in Catalonia for 2024.
There's some very strong cricket played up in that part of Spain, is there not?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another 4 byes.
Yeah, you can't really afford to be giving away too many extras.
Not in this format, correct. Change over a field position. Asmal going out to square leg, tucked behind us, protecting the pond.
Protecting the pond with a net.
Bizarre to face. Clips that down for 4 runs. Backward point.
You said that as if questioningly, as if I was going to pick you up on it. I've made you very nervous about your field positions, haven't I? Which, since you've been playing cricket since I was in short trousers, it's very, very rude of me to have put you on the back foot.
No.
The back foot, that would be the right foot for the right-handed batsman. Yeah. Ooh, well taken by the keeper. It's a wide, but he did very, very well to stop that flying down to the boundary as well. It's a lively, lively spell, but it's a little bit wayward.
Do you find the track here at Alfaz is a bit lively? Obviously, we're playing on an artificial wicket.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, anything that is dug in short will bounce like a tennis ball. And once you're used to it from a batting point of view, it's nice. I mean, nothing really stays low. It's a true bounce, but it's a true and lively bounce.
Mm.
It's a nice, authentic cricket shot, punched out into the covers. Just the single, and the batsman, I say just the single, a wayward throw, and they sneaked a very well-run second. Pak-I-Care trotting along very, very nicely. They are so far north of 15 and over. Some off the bat, some generously donated to them by Levante. There's a better length. You've probably seen quite a bit of this 10-over cricket in the last few years, I would imagine. You?
I've seen a bit through watching the European Cricket Network and the European Cricket Series. It's certainly been very popular throughout Spain and Europe.
Yeah, it certainly asks the questions of bowlers, 10-over cricket, does it not?
As a former bowler, Tim, I've absolutely feel sorry sometimes for our bowlers who have really got the pressure on them.
They have. I feel sorry for the bowlers also when the two men on the deep like that look at each other as if to say, after you, dear, and they watch the ball drop between them and go for 4. It is a thankless task being a bowler on here, although in the very first 10-over European Cricket Network tournament I saw here, one of our bowlers, Wacker of Sporting Alfaz, actually took a hat-trick in the first tournament here. That would have been about 4 years ago, I think. So if the bowlers get it right,
That's a great
There
effort.
are rewards there, mainly because no batsman is playing defensive shots at any time, really.
Well, interestingly enough, it's all been medium pace bowling, or medium to quick. They haven't brought up on any spinners. Will it turn on this?
Oh,
on this
it
track?
certainly turns. If you give it a rip, it'll turn. I mean, the pitch will do nothing for you if you're not giving it. You know, it's a very true pitch. But if you're here, we go. You said that, and as if by magic, you are a natural captain, aren't you? What a natural leader of men. The first of the spinners comes on. Again, sadly, without a number. But we will. I think it'll be the first time I've ever seen a bowler bowl in a woolly hat.
I think it might be my first time as well, Tim.
A weekend of cricketing first. He's dropped that in short and wide.
Yeah. And that has gone for 4 runs.
It is something of an onslaught. Is that the word I'm looking for? We're not even halfway there yet. 71 on the board. Could be very, very high once they get going.
Absolutely. And that's 4 runs.
Nothing much wrong with the ball, bit of width for him there, but you can't have fielders everywhere when the batsmen are throwing the bat, and that was a thick outside edge.
Both batsmen on 27 runs. Not
one batsman on 33 runs, if I may.
Yeah. And I think he might have found the pond.
That looks pondward, doesn't it?
Great strike.
Now, while that's fetched back, here, 2 red helmets out there, batsmen. Are they both Spain internationals we have here? I'll put you on the spot, haven't I?
I believe they are.
I
believe they are,
yeah.
Tim. Yeah. They're certainly throwing down the statement today. 81 runs.
He's dropped that in short as well. That could well have joined the other one in the pond. He's lucky that he's got away with that.
It's gone down to fine leg and dance.
The fielder down there, fine. I got a little dance round it before deciding to pick it up, but it's back in now. Did well to chase it down there. It's a catch. It's a chance for a catch. Oh, he's spilled.
It's spilled out of his hands.
I don't know how much of that we caught on camera. I didn't see the live feed on that, but he had a juggle. At least 2 or 3 goes at that.
Didn't have to move too far for it either, did he?
It's not one of the hardest catches that we offered to you on the mid-wicket boundary, was it?
And now Bazaar has just punished that mistake with 6 runs.
That would be a catch for somebody in the Gurkha restaurant beyond the pond, I suggest. We do a very reasonably priced set menu in the Gurkha. Sort of mentioned that. Set lunchtime menu. They're not sponsoring the club. That in.
Well, you have the local knowledge, Tim. Excellent. I'm afraid.
I've been blessed. I've lived here 8 years. I live a couple of miles over the back there. And I wandered down here one day when I first arrived in Spain, and I thought, I've died and gone to heaven. It's a lovely spot to play cricket. It really is. If people don't know Albia, it's set on the coast, a couple of miles outside the madness of Benidorm. and it's just a little tranquil, beautiful place. Very multinational, populous. Everybody from Northern Europe, from
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia, absolutely. The Indian subcontinent. We have a lovely mix, cosmopolitan mix, in addition to the Spanish residents.
Tariq to bowl from Levante. Sails down leg side, so it's a wide ball. Is his first offering. A lot of pressure on the bowlers in this format.
Absolutely, it's a thankless task, isn't it?
Puts it in short.
Hammered to the square leg boundary. 4 runs.
4 runs.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the bowlers. Can you imagine them waking up this morning and saying, I'm just off to play cricket, dear, and she says, well, it's 7 in the morning. Are you mad? And he said, do you know where my woolly hat is? I'm probably going to be called on to bowl a couple of overs of spin in my woolly hat. And she'll say, it's probably where you left it at the end of last season, dear. And then you come out with the wife still tucked up in bed, and you come out and you get peppered all around the ground. It is, as you say, a thankless task for the bowlers.
Well, that's a better delivery.
Nice. Attempted to run it down through third.
But in this format, a dot ball is crucial. Obviously, a wicket would be nice.
I think that's... Oh! You are very good at this. Is it a chance off and behind? Once again, the umpire unmoved. I would have given that from here, to be fair. That's the kind of chap I am. We've been bemoaning the lot of bowlers so much, I would have given a sympathy wicket there.
That one kept very low,
well, yeah, I just, as that went through, I thought, I've been telling you what a true wicket it is. And that shot through low, and I was just hoping you were doing something else. That's an opportunity for you to score 1 point back to me there. Yeah, it did keep low. Will that be in the batsman's mind? Will that be just a little bit of help that the bowlers need?
Oh, again, that's been well struck. 6 runs.
That was very big, wasn't it? Whipped away through the leg side.
But is a short leg boundary here, Alfaz? Is that
it's shortish. I've actually seen it shorter than this. For some we were talking about in European Cricket Network matches, I've seen it actually pulled in a little bit further than this for some of the 10 over stuff, which I think is cruelty to the bowlers, having it shorter than this. But yeah, if you do get a full bat on it on the leg side, it doesn't take much to clear the boundary. End of the over?
End of the over.
6 gone.
101 runs scored.
I'm going to put you on the spot again, Hugh, because you love it when I do that. 4 overs to come. What's the final score going to be?
I thought you might ask that. It's going to be in that range of 140 to 150, but well, probably more. Maybe if I go 150 to 160, is that loose enough?
Right, and I will take the higher than that then. I'll go 161 plus. But I don't think it's not going to be, you know, they can't get it up to, I mean, realistically, 15 over, 16 and over, that right. So it's going to be a roundabout, as you say, 150, 160.
Slow ball, that gets clipped away down the square leg.
Or if it bowls more pies like that, 220.
Zain, the bowler, taking punishment on his first ball. Let's see what he can do on his second. Well, that's a better ball.
Indeed, he's just now found a better line. Fourth or fifth stump out there, just back of a length. The last thing you want to do is be pitching it up half volley length, because that is going over the leg side.
That was a big swing, but no connection.
Good recovery. When you hit for a big six like that on the first ball of an over,
Absolutely.
to follow it up with 3 dot balls is quite a recovery.
Gone for a single, down to mid-on. Fielded by Wahid, who steps all the way back now to the boundary line.
I found it quite hard to pick that one up. I lost that in the greenery.
Yeah, it was an
towards the
interesting
back.
clip. I don't think he was trying to put it out onto the offside. I think that was another one that deemed to go leg, but the way it came off the bat, popped up in the air, but in no trouble.
More refreshments have arrived. It's like a picnic, isn't it? If you have your picnics at 9 in the morning on a cold, wintry... Anyway, let it go, Tim. Let it go.
And that was the end of Zaid's over.
8 from it, was it?
Yes.
Not bad, but the first one went for 6.
Oh, again. It was put into the slot and clipped. It was a full-length ball, wasn't it?
It was a nice shot. That was not a slog. That was a lovely clip off the toes, wasn't it?
The timing of that was impeccable. And again, the pressure goes straight back on the bowler. 6 runs off his first ball.
Just chipped out. One bounce to the fielder on mid-wicket boundary. An average throw back in, but still restricts it just to the single. Lots of advice coming in from the boundary fielders to the bowlers. If the advice was fling it down the leg side, then he followed that advice to the letter. But I doubt it was. You were a bowler in your day, Hugh.
Of some degree.
How do you feel when you're already under the cosh, under pressure, and you've got all the fielders telling you what to do with your next ball? You don't really want it, do you?
I guess you're looking for a bit of support from your players.
It's a fine line, though, isn't it? You're the sort of person as I am. I'm not a bowler, but just in life generally. I use the phrase, you can stick your unsolicited advice up your quite often in life. And I think I'd be feeling like that if I were a bowler and everybody's telling me what to do with it. I'd be telling them precisely what to do with it as well.
Well, that was a good ball outside off stump.
Yep, just back of a length.
So he shut out the noise and concentrated on what he had to do.
A bit like you this morning, mate, isn't it?
Oh, he put that in short. It's gone very high. Wicket keeper made an absolute sprint to get to the ball out at point.
Perhaps,
but sadly, he didn't catch it.
On reflection, would have been better to have left it
to one of his fielders.
To one of the fielders who stood nearly underneath it.
Yeah, Azhar, the wicket keeper, might have regretted.
It's the accepted thing, though, isn't it? When they go shoot him straight up in the air like that, it's the accepted thing that the wicket keeper goes herring after it.
Absolutely, he's got the gloves.
That's hit hard. Again, if that wasn't caught on camera, you're well fielded.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Came right towards you in the commentary position.
Multitasking, I think.
You thrust out the hand.
I must tell Mrs. James that I can do more than one thing at a time. Not that she'll agree.
I'm just sitting here admiring my own self-restraint that I didn't comment on that. Oh, that's a nice disguised slower ball.
It was, and a good length. Zayn coming in for his second ball. Oh, sadly that's short, and he's been dispatched. Dispatched by Bazaar again, another big six runs. Pressure now goes back on Zayn. He's got to get his length right. Now surely.
Oh, now that is the sort of thing that makes a bowler very, very cross, because the fielder on the boundary wasn't on the boundary. The ball went through his fingers and fell behind him, still within the boundary rope. Went for 4. If it stayed on the line, it perhaps would have been more effective.
That was poor fielding, to be fair.
Your 150's looking good, Hugh.
Do we have any money on it, Tim?
You can have my entire fee for this match. It's cabaret time.
Absolutely. See Shan showing his skills.
Did he, though? He went to switch hit it, which would have sent it over that side. It ended up squirting out onto long on.
Oh, another 6 runs from Bazaar. He's just making it look very easy. And the charge is on.
Not a big hit. These premeditated switch shots, they look great when you see them on the television with the professionals doing them, because they practice them and practice them and practice them. I wonder how much recreational cricketers actually practice them in the nets, or they just think, oh, I'm going to have a laugh. I've seen it on the telly.
I think you're absolutely right, Tim. When you see it, the pros do it, you think, oh, yeah, I could do that. But there must be hours of practice in the nets. Not seen by us. It's a better ball outside off stump. Tariq, first ball of the over, dot ball. He'll be relieved about that. Well, it's just gone for a single, but do you think that could have been caught?
I think it was actually wise fielding. We've seen what happened in the last over of somebody attempting to catch, coming in from the boundary and then costing a boundary. I think that's probably wise to not go for the catch and to keep it to 1.
Oh,
it's
and a bit slippy
all
out
sorts
there.
of things happening.
So just the single taken on the overthrow by Bazaar. Oh, that's gone in short. Again, it's been dispatched. This time it's Ishan. You cannot bowl short to these batsmen.
It's a wide and they've taken the run from it. And a wicket. We've waited until the final over for a wicket. And ball just back of the length, punched out to extra cover. And the catch comfortably taken. The batsman consulted with the umpire. I don't know why. Perhaps he thought there was something amiss about the ball. But he can't be too upset with himself. They've done a sterling job.
Certainly, Bazaar has put his team into a great position.
He's missed out on a red inker, but I don't think that'll worry him too much on this. I don't think you take too much notice of your averages in this format. You do what you need to do. He's getting a very generous round of applause. Well, not very generous, a very well-deserved round of applause. In all the excitement, I've lost track of how many balls to come. Ooh. Dot ball and final over. And that's it. That was the final ball. 153. I believe you said 150 to 160, did you not?
I did indeed.
You've played this game before, haven't you? 153. It'll take some getting. You can't say, you can't say that Levante have bowled terribly well, can you?
No, it was loose. There was a lot of extras.
So if Pak-I-Care keep it tight, put the ball in the right areas, they will concede some sixes. It's inevitable in this format. But they should be able to defend a target of 154. Hugh and I will go and sit in a quiet corner and debrief. That doesn't mean, obviously, what you might imagine it means. It's not that kind of show. But we will debrief what we've achieved so far. I think that means going and getting another coffee, and we'll be back and seeing how well Levante get on chasing 154. I'm going to call it now and say they're not going to get it. So you can spare yourself the next hour.
Thanks very much, Tim.
We'll see you soon.
Perfecto.
Thank you very much.
Perfecto. Pues ya está. Córtalo. Ya cuando estamos fuera. Ok.
Creo que sí, sí. Sí, es el mismo partido, sí. Sí, claro. Eso. Yeah, no, just wait.
Right, we're back. And Levante are in the field. That's not true at all. That's absolutely not true at all. Levante aren't in the field at all.
No, they are batting.
The reason I was so confused there, Hugh, in fact, I did one of your Hugh-ish. There was 50-50 chance I got it wrong, like the onside and offside. You see how I'm defending myself now. I'm that insecure. I'm trying to make you look like a fool. Is I trod on my glasses during the break there, and
Ouch.
well, you say that, but they're absolutely fine. These are like €12 supermarket ready reader type things. I bet if they were prescription glasses, they would have broken. But there you go. There's a moral in there somewhere. I know not what it is.
Yeah, fantastic. Indestructible glasses.
Absolutely.
That's what
The
you need.
viewers are hanging on my every word about my cheap spectacle options. The world is something of a blur for me these days. You've put your hand in the air as if to say I'm going to say something very, very important.
The bowler is setting up his field and taking bowling the first ball is Kamran with one on his shirt. to the left-handed batsman opening.
I wonder if you come to the Woodbridge Oval in Albion and you're disappointed if you're left-handed from this end because you can't whack it into the pond with gay abandon all the time.
Well, that was what I was illuminating to, that you have that shorter leg side boundary if you're, you know, only bowling from one end. Again, it's giving more pressure to the bowler, but fortunately he may be relieved to be bowling against the left-hander.
At deep square leg, where the left-hander would be scoring a lot of his runs, is a team warming up in the distance, which I think is Coalesce, is it?
Costa del Sol.
That's Costa del Sol over there, is it?
Oh, and there's an appeal by wicket-keeper, and is he first slip? He's really second or third slip.
He's doing all the slips. You cover that lot. The keeper is quite a long way back. He is almost in Calpe, which is just down the N332. It's so there's obviously a little bit of pace here.
Oh. Again, another big appeal from wicket. Our first, second, third slip.
Oh, they are sticking another slip in to lessen the workload of the poor overworked chap who was doing first, second and third. He's gone in at fourth, fifth. The man on the ones on the offside has come in catching, hands on knees. Another wild swish. Come on, shove another slip in, have some fun, come on.
And another dot ball. It's not really the start that Levante were looking for in order to reply to the 153 runs scored by Pak-I-Care.
Four dot balls. You don't see that in 10 over cricket very often.
Very rare indeed. Good bowling.
Ooh! That went flying through that slip cordon.
But just taking the 2 runs.
Would that have been catching height if they'd stuck the other slip in as I instructed them to? Just say yes.
I think it would have been a bit difficult, Tim.
It would have been. It would have taken a very lofty fielder there to have taken that. But again, a moral victory to the bowler, certainly.
There is a bit of a slope down to the boundary. That's gone high in the air. It's a possible catch, but it's dropped.
It's a good effort. Oh, and a run out.
And
there were so many things going on. I was watching the fielder brushing himself down.
Asad dropping the ball.
There was a good attempt. And he's not built for mobility, is he? He's built for comfort.
But it's resulted in a wicket.
Yeah, it's all a little bit Keystone Cops from Levante there. Offered up a chance. They thought they'd run on a misfield. Ajmal coming in, I believe. The diminutive figure.
Absolutely. Ajmal warming up.
Are we still in the first over? It's very exciting, isn't it? It's a bit of pace, 4 dot balls. A drop catch, a run out. It sounds a bit
one ball remaining of the
contradictory, saying, "Oh, we've had some excitement, 4-dot balls," because in normal cricket that would sound very dull, doesn't it? But 4-dot balls on the trot in 10-over cricket is quite good stuff. Oh, that was the end of the over, the umpires have called. And that the bowler has taken his cap, gone to mid-on, and coming on is number 36, which you will tell me is... That was naughty of me, wasn't it?
Babar.
Babar.
Sorry, who scored all the runs in the... opened up the... innings for Pak-I-Care.
Open the bowling, open the batting. 10-over cricket. It's rude, isn't it?
And Babar does, of course, play for Spain. It's a great first ball from him. Good length.
I was going to say something contentious then. It's unlikely for me. Oh, you pulled a face as if you're not up for it too early in the day.
It worries me when you say contentious. And that's a dot ball. Getting well bowled by Babar. Outside off stump. Has an aura of confidence around him.
He has. And talking of an aura of confidence, I must applaud you the way you completely swerved my contentious comment.
Oh, they're taking a run. It went to the wicket keeper, and they get their bye.
I was expecting the phrase "come on then, Tim," and you didn't. You've learned very quickly, haven't you? Go on, you're dying to know, aren't you?
No, I'm definitely not. Thank you. Right, back to the cricket, Tim. Babar, overviewing his field, comes into bowl. And again, another dot ball. This is really going to put the pressure on Levante. Oh, it's a full toss. And that gets clipped away. Down behind square leg for 4 runs.
As you mentioned earlier, it does run away down that end, and I don't think he got all of it, but certainly enough that when it hit the slope, it was going for 4 all the way. Although the fielder did chase it manfully all the way. Formal.
A flashing blade.
On the offside, bit of a thick edge. Is that uncharitable?
No, he needed to get the scoreboard moving. Connected. 4 runs.
A team in tracksuits has just walked in front of us. I didn't recognise them, but they had the air of nightclub bouncers when they walked across, didn't they? It was quite a menacing air. They mean business.
They look determined. They look determined. That is Coalesces Cricket Club from Catalonia, the winners of the league.
Not a smile amongst them.
Very serious.
Oh! A big heave across the line. You can't blame Ajmal for that because they needed to get going.
So it's Kamran on his first ball of the over. Clean bowls.
Clean bowled. "13 for 2 in the third over when they needed in excess of 15 and over. I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I certainly wouldn't get any odds worth putting any money on at the moment.
Furkan into bat for Levante. Swinging his bat to warm up. The responsibility is now on his shoulders. And clean bowled.
Slopey shoulders, I suspect, the responsibility. Slid clean off him, and he's coming back first ball.
I'm sure that's not the result he was looking for. Oh, it was another great ball by Cameron. We don't often see too many golden ducks, do we?
We don't. Looking on the bright side, if you were a Levante player at the moment, if you were clutching at straws, grasping for the silver lining of these clouds, often in T10 cricket you find it's the same few batsmen who get to have a nice little knock at the top of the order, and you never really get a chance to play an innings if you're going in 6, 7, 8. I think 6, 7, 8 are going to be crucial today if Levante get anywhere near, which they're not going
Well,
to.
they do have batting strength all the way down, so that it's not all over yet.
It is though, isn't it?
Tariq, he's been known to score some runs.
It was a lovely flourish of a shot, wasn't it?
Sadly, no connection.
No connection, but the style.
It did look stylish.
Something
it looked
of the
very
Three Musketeers about him there.
But another good ball from Kamran.
It's carnage out there. Carnage.
And another wicket falls. Kamran nonchalantly walks back, finishes his over.
Well, the last 5 minutes haven't been much fun from a Levante point of view. But as I mentioned, 6, 7 and 8 will be licking their lips thinking this is our chance to shine. It's a bit murky out there, isn't it? I thought we were going to get a bit of sunshine initially, but it's a bit grey.
I was expecting clear blue skies like we had yesterday here in Albir. But sadly it's clouded over. It's a little bit chillier.
Yeah, it's not cold as such, but it's certainly not warm, is it?
Zayn on his way into bat, just adjusting his helmet.
"13 for 4. A nice little forward defensive. You don't see too many of those in this format, but you can't blame him in the context of what has gone before in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
With some good bowling from Kamran, he had to keep that one out. He can't afford to lose any more wickets.
He didn't know much about that one, did he?
Big appeal from the wicketkeeper, but no appeal from the bowler, so an easy decision for Tom Patterson, the umpire. Shakes his head. End of the over for Kamir, and Babar takes the ball for his next over.
We were saying earlier that it's a game where the bowlers feel under pressure. I would like to be a bowler now taking the ball in these circumstances.
The glory could be theirs.
It could.
Oh no, he puts it in short, and it's been dispatched for 4 runs over to mid-wicket.
That was a pie though, wasn't it? That really was a pie. That was just a half tracker, and it just...
it looked lethargic.
It needed hitting. And it got what it deserved. A better ball in better areas. Dot ball, swing and a miss. The man at long leg has been brought up into the ring. I didn't see who was pushed back in his place. We've got a man on the point boundary, cover point boundary. We've got a man at long on. And that does go to the man on the cover point boundary.
Just the single.
Got deep square leg on the boundary, so there's your 4 boundary riders there. And one more down at a straightish third man.
It's gone in the air. And that's a great catch by Kamran. It bounced out of his hands, but he kept his cool. Kept his eyes on the ball.
He did.
And gathered it on the second.
And he made a very sort of confident call. He made sure that nobody was going to run into him there. He said that was his, and he was absolutely right. Good cricket. And another Levante batsman ends a brief stint at the office. Good day at the office, dear? Not so much, no. If you were a boxing referee rather than a cricket umpire, you would probably be thinking about stepping in there, wouldn't you, to spare them further punishment.
I can't see Levante throwing in the white towel, but it's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
And a full-length ball by Babar. Collects himself.
If you thought the microphones had broken, it was just Hugh and I looking at each other, doing sign language about the next match to come. A little bit of sign language, a little bit of telepathy, and we're Costa del Sol Coalesce coming up after this at 11 o'clock. We're talking really as if this game was all dead and buried, cut and dried, which we think, to be fair, it probably is. It would take a brave man to predict otherwise. Well, that was a very hoppity-skippity delivery stride. Hugh, I know you were doing some vital paperwork to do with the next match there. But a lovely measured run-up and then a flamboyant delivery stride. Quite enjoyed that. Do it again.
Ravani got a bit of pace on that. He's certainly an athletic runner.
Yeah, but he's the foot that the right foot that you think would go down, sort of parallel to the crease. He's sort of tucked up behind him like a show pony. If you see what I mean. Seems to work though.
Beats the wicket keeper. Wicket keeper throws.
Oh, that's a good throw.
Gone through for one run.
Some more telepathy conversations going on, and I think I'm managing to skive off the next match and hand over the microphone for one match, and I will go and continue getting up because I didn't really wake up properly at 9 o'clock. I am sat here in my pyjamas, which is slightly awkward.
And that's
Another dot ball.
another dot ball. A swing and a miss. Levante need to connect and get runs.
Another swing and a miss. A very, very different bowling performance than we saw in the first innings. They're putting it in the right areas, putting the pressure on the batsman, and it is a very one-sided contest, as you can also see. 4 overs to go. It has the air, this innings, of one of those nature documentaries where a poorly bull elephant is dragging itself through the jungle towards its eventual demise, that you want to just step in and put it out of its misery. But there's an air of fascination of watching this lumbering beast finally falling to its knees in a heap, if that's not doing Levante a disservice.
Certainly feeling a degree of feel sorry for the lads at Levante. They're certainly coming out keen, wanting a first win. But that's another good ball.
Come on, umps, that was a bit wide. Give them a little something. Give them a few crumbs from the table, umps. That could have been a wide. What do elephants eat in the wild? There's not a lot of buns in the jungle, are there?
I think they're fairly vegetarian up there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's clipped to mid-wicket, but just the single. So sadly, Levante need more than singles.
They do indeed. Oh, more tea has arrived, unbidden. Kate, you are an absolute love.
Can you send a hello to Pauline and Kevin Waters, please?
Can I say hello to Pauline and Kevin?
Kevin Waters back in sunny Kent.
Oh, Kevin Waters. Hello, Kevin Waters and Pauline in sunny Kent, listening on the great worldwide interweb. Oh, that's a sharp ball. That took off, didn't it?
That was lively.
Yeah.
Batsman had to let that one go. Great to hear from Kevin Waters, a good friend of mine who I played cricket with, the Spanish over 40s.
Surely not. Sorry, I meant to say that. Over 40s, never.
I think I now qualify for the over 50s as well.
Always a chance. Gone down to third, deep third.
Oh, and dropped.
And dropped, but just the single. Kevin, if you are messaging in from Kent, is it all black ice and sleet and sludge and horrible things? Because we're sat here saying, oh, it's a little bit nippy, but we are sat on the Costa Blanca and dry. What's the temperature today? About 18, something like that. So we shouldn't moan.
And that's well struck.
That was a nice shot. A genuine cricket shot.
Off his back foot. But
just stood up and hit it.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 runs.
Is this the start of the fight back?
Let's hope so. Let's get this contest back in order.
This can't happen, can it? Look at me. Look me in the eye. Can't happen, can it? We're looking for about 40 and over now. I think it would be something of an achievement to go at 40 and over for the last 3 overs. Oh, a screen has just been presented to me by our wonderful technical director here.
Atif coming into bowl. That gets some lift off the track there, Tim.
Oh, batsman's glaring at the umpire. Felt that was enough for a wide. Umpire made a signal of sort of around about his shoulders, and it's just a dot ball. That's upish.
It's gone high, and that's going to go. Oh, my goodness. And dropped.
It was taken and dropped, though. That was a very strange drop, wasn't it? It was fully in there.
Absolutely.
That seemed the simplest of catches. More electrical equipment turning up, so it's very much looking a little bit like a branch of cash converters in front of us at the moment. Lots of electronic gadgets.
Another 4 runs scored by Levante.
You are very focused, aren't you? I like that. I like that. I'm whittering about nonsense, and you're focused
I'm very
on
pleased
the
that
game.
you do, Tim. It covers up for all my errors and mistakes.
You've made no error since that glaring first error where you lost everybody's confidence at the first over. Apart from that, I felt very confident with you. But
a slower ball.
See, did it again. You're great.
Yeah.
Straight back to the cricket. All we need now is one of those loudspeakers with built-in light show, and this really would be a branch of cash converters, wouldn't it?
But you're not selling my binoculars. No, that was a flash outside off stump. No connection.
Yes, I noticed you turned up with binoculars. You really are the complete article, aren't you?
I think the eyesight's going with age, Tim. I need all the equipment.
It's a very, very dinky pair of binoculars. It's on the cusp of opera glasses, isn't it? Meanwhile, the game of cricket continues. Now that one surely looks a bit wide. He appealed to the square leg umpire initially. I don't know why.
Well, I think on height.
He's still there with outstretched, pleading arms, as if a couple of extras is going to make a whole great deal of difference. Oh, he's even having a little question at the umpire. Bit of a glare as he walked past him.
Mr. Patterson not interested.
Two overs to go, 12 balls. A mere 122 to get. 60 and over.
Yeah, the realms of impossibility.
Do you think? Do you think?
Yeah. Statement of the glaringly obvious. Apologies, listeners.
There is sounds of bat on ball, but most of it is coming from the nets towards the far side of the ground, where the teams are warming up for the next match. There hasn't been a lot of bat on ball in the actual match we're watching at the moment. Now that one is a wide. No one needs to glare at an umpire for that one. We could have called that ourselves. Really has been an absolute mauling, this. Levante going at less than a run a ball when they were chasing 150 odd.
It's another good
There's
ball
another
by
dot.
Jafar. Another bowler with a left-handed action from Pak-I-Care.
Yeah. I don't think they had any left-handed batsmen in their side. Did they have a left-handed batsman in their side? I don't think so. But yeah, we've seen some left-handed bowling from them. And some very tight left-handed bowling. Another dot ball.
Very loose, cross-batted swipe, not making any connection.
Oh! Now that possibly would have been a wide, even if he had another batsman stood on his shoulders. Two batsmen in an overcoat trying to get into an adult film, that still would have been a wide.
Again, it's that lively track, isn't it? If you dig one in short, it will bounce.
A wise man once said that earlier this morning. I think it was me, wasn't it?
Batsman not really getting to the pitch of the ball, is he?
They're not going to get there in extras, are they? Ah, this is lovely. Lovely, lovely. Our technical director has just presented us with a much, much larger screen than the one we were watching before.
Swatted down to square leg. But just the one single. Well, it bounced high, but the batsman got...
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because the batsman got a bat to that. Whereas...
the umpire, Mr. Rashford, has declared it as a no ball.
Has he? Always given him a pointy what's it? He's pointed his finger. And the bowler's not interested. Always warned it, yes. Warned it as a intimidatory short pitch ball. There's your one for the over. All that sort of thing.
Poorly fielded. 4 runs down to
A fine third.
third man.
I was lucky enough to be down at Desert Springs commentating on a women's international not so long ago, and it's as much as I could do to keep stopping myself from calling it third man, because it's known as third now, not just in the women's game, but in both games now. It's been degendered, and third man is now third.
And batsmen are batters.
And batsmen are batters.
And that put high and oh, just taken on at the edge of his fingers.
And
But another
catches,
wicket
not
falls. A,
catches.
a
Indeed.
catch is a catch.
That was a very tidily taken catch, wasn't it? I don't know if that you saw that in real time on the feed in front of us. A nice catch in, well, at cow corner, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
By Mottison with 31 on his shirt. Coming on as 12th man.
Oh, that's a trudge. The incoming batsman, he's not approaching the game with relish. No number on his back. We'll let you know who that is as soon as we're aware of it. Final over coming up. Is it? Oh, 2. No. Yeah, final over. It's showing 8 on the
Jafar
screen.
to
But
finish his.
am I premature there?
Yes.
I'm terribly sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Well, that was an interesting wide. Obviously, if there had been no batsman, that was obviously wide because it went down to the leg side of the stumps. But the batsman had backed away, and it actually went between batsman and the stumps.
Levante in for his second ball. Nonchalant one-handed strike.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh, no, he did have 2 hands on the
And then sort of waved it off on its journey.
Hurried single. Levante throws the ball at the stumps but misses. Baba collects.
Squeezed out on the offside. Down to third.
Down to third. Collects, throws into the wicket keeper. So in your European cricket commentary world, what was your favourite location, Tim?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I did a few outings for the European Cricket Network back at the early days. I had a lovely time in Vienna. Have you ever been to Vienna?
It's on my wish list.
Oh, what a city. What a fantastic city. Sadly, the ground itself is well outside of the city. Bit of a drive out there, but I did manage to find some time to go exploring. And it's just a beautiful city. Great coffee, great cakes, all the important things. Lots of architecture.
And the cricket ground?
The cricket ground is yes, it's there. Yeah. As with a lot of these, again, an artificial track, as we are nearly all over Europe, and a lot of the ground shares. But theirs is a dedicated cricket ground, whereas we share this one here with golfing facilities. But one end of it was named. Hang on, what was it called? One end of the ground was named after the country that was the next country over. So if it would have been Austria, it would have been. My geography's missing. So rather you'd have the grandstand end and the pavilion end. One end was named whatever the country was to that end of it, which
Germany.
I don't think it was Germany.
Czechia.
Yeah. I'll find out.
Hungary.
Could it be? I don't know.
You're testing me now. I might have to look on Google Maps.
Yeah.
But
I know who I could ask. I met a lovely chap, co-commentator on there. Richard Asher, who is a sports journalist who lives in Vienna. And we shared some giggles on commentary.
Confidently start, but straight back to the bowler.
We didn't talk a lot of cricket on commentary, much to the chagrin of the people that were employing us to talk about cricket, but we had some lovely chats about all sorts of things. Yeah, that was beautiful. It was also lovely to get to Cyprus on UCN. There's a very, very keen cricketing community on Cyprus.
I'd love to return to Cyprus. I'd love to see the cricket facilities at Cyprus. Imagine the weather's good, as it is in Spain.
Yeah, that was a lovely week as well.
The teeth coming to bowl. Being the last over.
It is the last over, which I announced that over prematurely. But, the chap who was laser focused on the action sat to my left, directing me, so that was good.
And that's squeezed down to third for a single. Is this what we would describe as a dead rubber of the last 5 balls?
Dead rubber?
Is that
Yes,
correct?
indeed. That's a lovely traditional old phrase, isn't it? It's not strictly true, is it? A dead rubber is a game that won't affect the league standings and things, but it's a lovely phrase, so I'm going to commend you on using it, even if you were using it incorrectly. So.
And that's a single out to cover. Caught right on the, stopped on the boundary. Fortunately, the fielder not distracted by the Costa del Sol Cricket Club warming up in the net facility.
I just glanced round and saw Sporting Alpha's stalwart Ian Byrne lurking behind me.
Oh, Mr. Byrne.
And he's scuttled off. As I spotted him, he's scuttled off. He's hidden behind a van. Unlike him to hide his light under a bushel or a transit. He's another one, rather like yourself, a man who comes up with a well-turned phrase from time to time, like a dead rubber. A man who relishes the English language.
Oh, there's a soft appeal for a catch behind.
Right, Hugh, I'm going to say, both to you and to the watching millions around the world, that I'm going to vacate this chair at the end of this match, and we're going to find you another guest commentator to share the microphone with you for the next match. Viewers,
But you will be returning.
I
Tom,
will
hope.
be returning. I don't have any friends or any social life, so I might as well come back here where the tea and coffee are free. So
Now, and another little edge down to third, just for the single.
so enjoy the next match.
Well,
Carlesi versus Costa del Sol.
Tim, I will miss your it's bugging much more than the input.
Interjections. Impositions.
Leading the way on the commentary. It's
Wittering
great
is
to
the word
have
you're looking for,
a
isn't it?
professional in the right-hand seat.
But it's been a joy letting you talk all the cricket and just filling in the gaps like tiresome grouting.
But it's going to be a busy day today. Next contest between KLS Cricket Club and Costa del Sol Cricket Club. But we finished this game with Pak-I-Care confidently winning.
Indeed, it was never a contest, really, was it? We at the halfway point declared it a done deal anyway. Levante didn't get off to a start. 4 dot balls at the start of their reply, and they never got going after that. Wickets fell with regularity and a very, very one-sided game. So I shall see you all very, very shortly. Hugh will be back with somebody else in this chair. Enjoy your cricket here from Sporting Alpha's Cricket Club on the Costa Blanca.
ग्रिप चेंज की थी तो ठीक हो वो तेरी बहन होए कितना गया 60 हमें क्या करेंगे उसको मेरा राम दे राम लगे सुफियान कैच ले कैच आड़ी ले कैच ओ बाहर निकल गया बैल गया बच गया हाथी साढ़े आते ओए ना हट्टी बटन दे दिख गया 60 मैच बाहर निकल गई यार गेंद डालना लगता है